All right, what is up, everyone? Andrew here. This is my first ever live stream, so we're gonna see how this goes. I can't imagine I'm gonna get too many viewers. I'm just starting this up. It's kind of new to me. My really only experience I have with live streams was with Residents of Evil, and it would just be very much like I would either hop on or show up, and I would be a part of the stream. So we will start the stream today and see how it goes. For those of you that are watching, let me know how the audio sounds and stuff like that. If you have any questions, we'll kind of just go from there. So, anyways, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. And hopefully, if I keep doing this down the road, I would like to actually play games, but I've had an iMac for the last however many years, and it's just not really the greatest. I mean, it can barely handle running this video right now. So we're about to find out and see if it can even, last this whole time without crashing. But down the road, maybe I'll get a PC and hopefully I could start playing games. I would like to start playing really anything more than just Resident Evil. I like all kinds of games. I'd like to start playing games that I kind of grew up on the PlayStation. But yeah, we'll see if I can get it working on this computer. I'd love to do it. So anyways, as people are rolling in, if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, go ahead, feel free to type it out in the chat. Again, this is my first ever live stream. It's kind of weird just sitting here talking to myself, but for those of you watching, it looks like there's 14 of you. I will do my best to entertain you and talk about all kinds of things, past projects, future projects. And we'll just go from there. So anyways, thank you everyone for joining. What is going on? I see you guys in the comments. My cousin Frank, Trail Bill. Hey, how's it going? Awesome. Hey guys, welcome. So anyways, I guess I can maybe just chat with you guys a little bit about, my past work with Resident Evil projects and maybe a little bit what's going on in the future. So, here we go. Love the film. Can't wait for my package. But how do you feel actually getting the band back together and shooting this awesome film? It was a pretty amazing experience. Being able to work with Greg, Eric, Linda, Charlie. They're just all such very nice people, and they were so nice to work with. And it was crazy. It was intense. It was hard to do, but it was very fun. And on top of that, being able to work with some other Resident Evil alumni like Joe White, who is just an awesome, wonderful person, and being able to work with Pablo Kunst, Ward Sexton. Ward Sexton he's just such a very nice, if you actually get to talk to him and get to know him, just the nicest guy on the planet. I came to him, I'm like, hey, I have an idea, probably just from a client perspective for him. But then once he really got to see what everything was about, and I got to chat with him a little bit more, and some stories he's told me and some stuff he's vented to me about, it's pretty cool being able to get to know these individuals. And then you have Allison Court and Eva Ladare, both wonderful people. I can't thank them more than enough for being part of this project I just did. So Yeah. Hopefully that kind of covers that topic. But yeah, your package should be on the way. I don't know what you're gonna have to either email the resurrection email or contact Beggy or Andy directly. They're handling all that. So, but most everything should be either delivered or on its way. Um, and except for maybe the novella, I think she's still working on writing that, and she should be done soon. So, yeah, which scene in Resurrection was the hardest to shoot? Oh gosh, they all were. They were all very hard to shoot. This is my kind of like avenue into like real hardcore filmmaking, I guess. And trying to staff people for your production. Um, you really want to hire professionals, and it's hard to do at every single level. So a lot of times you have to fill in those gaps. So like Alberto and his team, it was like a team of like 3 people, 4 people. There was no gaffer. We had to do all that ourselves. We didn't have a gaffer on the Keeper's Diary either. So it's tough to do when you're making it's like a feature film, right? You're making a feature film over the course of 13 days, and you're just short staffed. You can always use more production money, but you have to be careful of what you spend because you're not going to have any more coming in. It's a very fixed budget. So yeah, I mean, building the sets, because I built both of the sets by myself. I had one person come in and paint like the baseboard molding. Other than that, I spent like 2 straight weeks building both of those sets. It was the worship room set and the prison scene set. The worship room was just enormous in size. I have to build the flats, I have to put them together. Paint, my friend helped me paint the baseboard, but then I put up all the wallpaper, which took an insane amount of time. Laying down the flooring, furnishing it, putting up the doors was pretty tough. I'm not like a professional carpenter or anything like that. So I'm handy. I know what to do. I know how I can get it done, but it's not like the actual, stats of doing it. It's very much kind of like knowing the basics of what I need to do just to get it done, just to have it standing up for a whole 13 days while we use it, and then be able to tear it back down. But I did that in St. George, Utah, in an old airport hangar, and it was like 110 degrees inside the building because it was August, so it was brutal. But yeah, I mean, the fight scenes were pretty tough to do, and we did those right off the bat just because we know how challenging it was going to be, and we wouldn't want to do that towards the end of the shoot. So that was pretty tough. Working overnights was really tough. Traveling incredibly long distances, just across Utah, because a lot of things were here in town where I live or in St. George, but there was stuff like in Kanab that we were filming. There was stuff up the canyon here where I live. My cousin Frank, who's in the chat, had to drive a like a kind of like a tour, like a smaller type of tour bus to shuttle people to and from set. He was going, up windy roads and down windy mountains. So it was all of it was just very hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. One of our sets got destroyed, actually. The medical tent. We built an actual wall tent, like with pipes and stuff. And it gets so windy here around that time of year in August, late August. You get like 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts sometimes. And we built it one day, came back the next, and the whole back corner of the metal was all bent. I'm surprised it didn't fly away to the next guy's property off of the ranch that we were using. So, it came down to, okay, what do we do? Because we have to film in like 2 hours. Do we use this and try and fix it? Because we got to come back the next day and hope it doesn't blow over again. Or there's a gentleman, the gentleman that let us use his property had a like an aluminum carport on his property, and I just called him. I was like, "Hey, can we use this carport? I think it'll work for what we need. We could do this, but it's just more secure." And yeah, he was cool with it. He moved some of his trailers out of the way and just let us film there for the next couple of days. And he had a barn right next to it that we were able to store everything in overnight or during the day, since we were shooting overnight. Then when we come back the next night, put it all back, set it all up, boom, ready to go. So it was very difficult to do. So I'm kind of hoping maybe the next project, I would like to do maybe one more fan project where it's an actual live action production. But I would really like to get into making an actual like movie that can go into a theater or go on streaming. And, that's a challenge in and of itself because, again, I'm just here. I'm not an industry professional. I'd like to say I'm a professional at what I do, but I'm not like actually in the entertainment industry. So hopefully that answers all of those questions. And my cousin Frank says lying on the table for 13 hours is really hard. Yeah. It was a military grade medical cot that had mild cushioning. So at least it wasn't a stainless steel, like sci-fi looking operating table or something like that. That probably would have been no fun for you. And we did have a sleeping pad, but those things already had like pads in them, so we never ended up using it. What was the most fun scene to shoot, or what was the atmosphere like with the cast? So I would say the fight scenes were definitely really fun. We were getting a little crunched on time, I think, on the second day, and we kind of split up into two groups. We had the stunt team, stunt coordinator, kind of filming, doing their thing over here, and we had like a 4-point lighting setup with these like construction light towers. And then I was in a different group with some of the actors. So while they were filming like the inserts, or not the inserts, while they were filming the actual like the fight sequences, I would be over here filming either dialogue or like inserts where, Charlie or Eric are throwing punches. And one of them was the suplex that you see in the film. And I never used to throw suplexes too often, but I do have a wrestling background. So it was fun being able to kind of show Charlie, like, okay, this is the position you want to be in after your character lands that suplex. So if you watch me, like I did a couple suplexes for him, and then I kind of showed him like where I would end up on the ground. I was like, you kind of want to be right here, kind of getting out of it, and then like get back up into your whole sequence. So that was really fun. The other scene I really enjoyed filming was the one at the bar. When Barry and Jill start talking to each other, because it just got really emotional. And you got to think, these guys, Greg, Eric, Charlie, and Linda, all brilliant, all wonderful, but they have a very limited acting performance because this, for a lot of them, this game was kind of the only thing they did for like 30 years. But that was the whole idea of the film, was to have these kind of iconic characters, iconic actors that brought these characters to life, to come back and be a part of this awesome project. So Greg was a school principal for his career, for his whole life. And he retired probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, but maybe longer. I don't remember. But being able to communicate with Greg before he showed up for the shoot, I was like, hey, just memorize your lines. That's the biggest thing. I just want you guys to memorize your lines because we don't have a lot of time. And if you memorize your lines, we'll get everything we need. Try to do your best performing. This is Greg Smith's Barry Burton. This is Charlie Kozlowski's Chris Redfield. This is what we want out of their performance. This is what I want out of their performance, So I just want them to kind of have an understanding and a familiarity of the character that we all know. and give it their interpretation of it, because that's what a lot of people are familiar with, quite honestly. So we get to the scene, we set it up because we did the bar scuffle first, and then we reset the lighting, reset the tables, sat Greg down, sat Annie down. Now Greg and Annie have rehearsed in the month or so before they got here, so they came prepared. I was not part of those rehearsals, and again, Greg has a very limited background in acting. So we get everybody ready, call action, and I was just blown away. Greg just got like super serious, super emotional. It looks like he was crying, but I think he was sick that day. So it might have had a little something to do with that. But Annie really did start crying. And her boyfriend had to give her some tissues. So that was pretty amazing to see. It was like just a very deep emotional moment for both of those characters, especially Jill. So for the set to just kind of get quiet and kind of lock in and dial into what these actors are doing, going back and forth, and then seeing Greg with that limited background be able to do what he was doing, I thought it was fantastic. I was blown away. So besides the fight scenes, I think that was one of my favorite scenes to film, because just sitting there in the presence, being able to witness that, and it's not official Resident Evil history, but it is a big moment in Resident Evil history, and I just got to like witness it firsthand. So it was really fun for me. So anyways, long-winded answer. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. What was the most fun part? Got that one. Any conflicts with the staff and cast on set? Or were there good vibes all around despite the tight schedule? You know what? Like I said, it was hard. It was stressful. Tensions were high. But everybody got along great from what I noticed. I mean, there were a few instances where, there was some back and forth between a few different crew members, but it's just one of those things where you just pull people aside and you say, hey, what's wrong? Let's get through this. What can we do to help? Can you do this? Can you do that? And let's make a compromise. And we moved on, and it was great. Everybody got along super great. It was the most exhausting time of my life, but it was probably like the best time of my life. Jeez. Sorry. This coffee's just coming back up. Anyways, but yeah, everybody was fantastic to work with, and we all had a lot of fun. The premiere was fun too. So, got the George Romero documentary on Blu-ray. Cool. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, Johnny Boy. Hello, Andrew. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on Resurrection of Biohazard Story reaching 700,000 views. Yeah, thanks. I mean, who would have known? That's crazy. I mean, I didn't even think the Keeper's Diary was going to hit. I think it's almost 500 now, and then this gets 7. I think it's great. It's very dialogue heavy. And I like the story. I wouldn't think that something with a lot of dialogue would go this far. But I'm just glad people like it and people enjoy it. And yeah, I would like to do more, I would like to do more love to do action, more horror. But yeah, I really love what Beggy did with the dialogue, and I think it worked really well for the script and the budget we were working with, trying to make it as big as it could possibly be. So it was fun. I'm just baffled, just totally not baffled, but just surprised to see that it got 700,000 views, and I'm just very happy that people are watching it and enjoying it. And it's only been 2 months, so I'll be curious to see where it ends up within a year's time. Maybe it'll hit 1 million. Who knows? I don't know. But that would be super cool. These guys deserve it, though, everybody that worked hard on the film deserves it. And Greg, Eric, Charlie, Linda, Joe, Pablo, Ward, Allison, Eva, they all deserve it, man. They put their heart and soul into this series that we've come to know and love for all these years. And they deserve the best. They really do. Especially Greg, Eric, Charlie, and Linda. I mean, these guys have just gone unknown for like 25 years, 26 years. And, you know, I've always just been curious about who they are and what they've been up to. And I think fans are just really starting to really appreciate them and enjoy it as well. So it's good to see. It really is. Will we get a behind the scenes bloopers video for Resurrection or maybe as extras on the Blu-ray? Would love to see how everything came together and the experience on set. I don't think it'll go on the Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure the Blu-rays have already been like processed and ordered. So the only thing going on them is the Keeper's Diary and Resurrection. But I will probably upload a lot of BTS stuff. I have stuff for days because the Row people just they're not interested in BTS stuff. So I'll probably put it on this channel because it just never seems to go anywhere. So I think it would be awesome to highlight and showcase. Like I did a time lapse of each day that I was building the sets. So I would leave work at like right at 5, and I would drive down to St. George, and I would work from like 6 to 11, 12, 1 at night building the sets, and then go home. And it's like a, I don't know, 30, 40-minute drive. Get home, go to bed by 1 or 2, go back to work the next day, and do it all again. So it was quite draining on me. And then I would go back on the weekends, all weekend, get there at 8, 9 in the morning. And then same thing, like 11, 12 at night, come home. So it was rough, but I have BTS footage of me building that set. I have BTS footage of me and all the people that helped building the Keeper's Diary set. I have BTS footage of me building the first sets when I started this stuff back in 2022 on campus here in town in their TV studio. So Anthony Luzzi from Let's Talk Resident Evil, I think he's currently editing a BTS video of when we were on the set for Resurrection. He also has a video that I don't think ever saw the light of day of behind the scenes of the Keeper's Diary. So I'll be interested to upload that here too if he wants it here. Because it's just things that nobody got to see. And yeah. And in terms of bloopers, I would like to. I'll try and get it together. I'm just always so busy editing videos. Like instead of sets, now I'm in video editing mode. So like I'll go to work, I'll come home, I'll edit videos from like, 6 to 11 at night sometimes, maybe, not every day because I need my mental sanity, but I spend a lot of time doing a lot of things, and I got a lot of emails that came in for these future projects, and I got to sift through those probably tomorrow. But I feel like once I'm caught up, I would like to do bloopers of both Resurrection and Keeper's Diary because I know there's probably some good stuff in there. The problem is syncing the audio and the video. Because it's, usually when I do videography, you plug the audio feed into the camera, kind of like this. But it's like an additional step that takes more time. So, anyways, Jesse Duel, what's up, man? What's up, Andrew? At work, but stopping in and drooping a like. All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Hopefully, you're having a good day at work, or a good night at work. Yeah, we'll have to chat sometime. I know you've been following Row for a while and keeping up with my stuff. So thanks for stopping by. The cast did great. Yes, they did. They did a fantastic job. They worked their asses off too. Colin, Aficio. Capcom should call you to direct an official Resident Evil movie. You know, that'd be super awesome, but I don't think that would ever happen. And there's just so much division at almost every level from a mainstream standpoint. I don't even know if it would be worth it. I mean, Constantine has kind of just spent the last 25 years altering the IP into a completely different image. So it's like you have the Anderson fans and you have the Johannes Roberts fans. Now you have the Zach Krager fans, and the movie's not even out yet. Just because there's a lot of people that like Weapons and Barbarian, so they're really looking forward to this. And I'm sure hardcore fans are too, but it just seems like the community is kind of like, why can't we just adapt the movie? But then again, if you make a movie, there's the game fans are also just, to me, divided between, you have old heads, you have new heads. It's like you have the classic fans that like the original, like 1, 2, 3, Survivor, Code Veronica, maybe the GameCube stuff. Then you have fans of like 4, 5, and 6. And then you have the newer gen fans that like 7, 8, and 9. And then there's like the remake fans, or there's fans that like the remake, just all the new gen stuff in general. So I just don't know. You just can't please everyone. The identity has lost itself a long time ago. And I kind of just wanted to tap into that audience that, I knew grew up loving these games, just because it just seems like nobody has really ever tried to do that before. So I just wanted to try and take a swing at it myself. And it's been fun every step of the way. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome. I don't know how that would work. I'm not a Hollywood insider. I'm sure they have their people. I'm sure they have their plans for many years in advance. So as cool as that would be, I don't even know how that would work. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that would want to fill that role too. So I have to say, Eric Pirius was especially amazing as Wesker. He went all in with the performance. Yeah, I thought he did a fantastic job. It's funny. He's a sweetheart. He's a very nice guy in real life, but he kind of has like the grumpy old man vibes, and it just seems to come naturally for him to be able to like have fun, seeing all the pent up aggression and stuff come out and just personify himself in as Wesker. It was cool to see. It was very fun. When we were doing the fight scene, he had the sunglasses on and everything, and the close up. How does it feel to have all that power? Me and Anthony just looked at each other like, oh, that was so cool. Kind of reminded us of like Agent Smith from the Matrix or something. So yeah, it was super awesome. Mr. Nice Guy, I recognize you too. So he says, yo, Green Jacket Zombie here. What's up? Oh yeah, that's right. See, I usernames and real names, I get mixed up. Like all these Discord names, like I have a friend on Discord who's, what's his name, like VHS something. And it's like, I know you as Steve. I don't know you as VHS. It's like, I gotta memorize 2 names now. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, bro. Many happy 69. Y'all were great. Thank you. We tried. I appreciate that. Cousin Frank, why weren't there bloodier scenes? I was looking forward to seeing my demise. Time and money. Time and money. Very big factor. If we had more time, more money, more resources, that would have been fantastic to do. But we didn't. So we had to work with what we had and keep moving on. But if we do something down the road, I would love to tap into that avenue. I'm also someone who's kind of like an OG Halloween film fan. And I mean, if you think about it, there's not a terrible amount of blood in that movie. It's my recollection. It's been years since I've seen it, but I like kind of just relying on maybe just the tension of the scene. I just don't feel like things need to be overly graphic. But that's just me. However, I do think if the scene calls for it, that would be awesome. I've just never had that opportunity come my way to the point where I'd be able to do that. So maybe someday down the road. OC, Mike is in my vision. OC pruns the chops. BTS, that Korean pro group. What you mean behind the scenes? I'm so silly. All right. Yes, very silly. Yeah, BTS stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get that together soon. Techno Crow, I can't stay as it's past midnight here, but congratulations on your success. I donated to Resurrection, and I hope to donate to many more of your projects in the future. Well, hey, thank you for your support. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you get some rest. Have a good night. But yes, I appreciate your support, and hopefully we will be able to get the next one going here pretty soon. I'm already kind of chatting with a new team that I've been chatting with. So we're trying to figure out what the next steps are, because we have some ideas on some other things we want to do. We kind of seem like we all want to do something bigger in some way, shape, or form. I really, really want to make like a really actual, like real movie. That would be super awesome. My brother has a cool idea that he wants to work on, and Dino Crisis, that would be super awesome. Looking to do epilogue files too, but if I have a team of animators, that would be great, because I can work on some other things in the meantime, but we'll see how that happens. Now that I'm on my own, it's gonna be a little harder to do. So we'll see. So I should always work for yourself, by the way. Build your own platform up, and build your own audience, and hopefully at some point they'll be able to help you, support you, and do all these cool things. So we'll see what happens. Joseph Frost Ghost, I've been noticing you a lot in the comments on social media and everything. Thanks for stopping by. I'd love to see you create movies for RE0 and RE1. Yeah, that would be super awesome. Again, it's just one of those things. It's all about time and money, and now that I'm on my own, it's just gonna be a little harder to do. But I mean, if we can just build a solid support base on social media and YouTube, maybe one of these days it can actually happen. But pretty sure by the time that happens, I'm sure everybody and their grandmother will have probably done it by then. So, and I think I've already heard talks from within the old team. So yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'm actually cautiously optimistic for the Krager film. It looks good, and it seems like he's kind of doing his own thing, but he's going for the feel and atmosphere of the games. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I try not to think about it or get into it too much, just because he's already said he's not making a movie out of the games. So if you like a cool horror movie, I'm sure this will be the movie for you. But yeah, I mean, it's not really something that I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm sure maybe like once it comes out, I'll check it out, just to see how it came out. I still have to watch Barbarian and Weapons. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You're right, Andrew. As a Resident Evil fan since I was 8 years old in 1996, I love the tribute you directed. Again, Mike in my face. You directed, and the brilliant work of the original actors. Stay true to what you're passionate about. Well, thank you. That is much appreciated. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, and again, it was great working with everyone, and I'm just glad that these guys got to have their moment. So yes, It was very fun, and hopefully there are a lot of big things to come. And I'll get into some of that. I went over it briefly, but I'll go into a little bit more detail probably once we close the stream out. I don't think I'll be going for too long, maybe for another half hour or so, but I'll make sure to cover it a little more in depth. Stuff that I'll be working on in the future. Greetings from Uruguay. All right, thanks for tuning in. It's probably super late for you right now. All right, next one here. If you need lab spaces, I have some contacts in Utah that might be willing to help. That is very good to know. If you haven't already done so, shoot me a DM on Instagram or something. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a little while or ways out doing anything big. So, but it'll be good to have the contact in case we do need it. So yeah, just let me know, and we'll see what happens down the road. So, did the decision to leave Row come spontaneously, or have you thought about it for a while? I'm not going to get too much into that. It's just, it was time to go. I'll just say that. It was time to go. For an RE DLC or even a short film, I always wanted to see explored Chris Redfield's narration in the intro of the first game about the hikers and family getting attacked by a group of 10 people. Yeah, that'd be cool. And it sounds like that's what they're doing next. So, if that's what you're into, you're probably going to want to go check that out. I do have that book, Biohazard Beginnings. And I've read it a long time ago and kind of dives into that. But yeah. And I know Arklay, Sean Liebert, was really trying to tap into that too. And I've chatted with him the other day. I would like to get him on here to do a discussion if we can. He's a super nice guy. And I would really like to see him get back up on the horse and do some more stuff in the Resident Evil space, but he might have felt the same way I feel about everything right now. And I know he started a family right around that time, so he's probably just got his hands full. But Sean Liebert is a great guy, and he kind of tapped into that a little bit with Arklay or Dave. So, hey, Janice, happy stopping by, showing support. Yes, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the interviews you've done with me over the years. It has been fantastic. Gets us exposure and all that. So can't thank you enough for all of your support. And hopefully there's going to be more exciting things to come for me and kind of this new team I'm working with. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm on my own now. I'm nowhere near as big. So we'll try, but no guarantees, and we will see what happens moving forward. But we do have some big ideas. Lab spaces in Utah sounds like an adaptation of Perry's Resident Evil Underworld. Ooh, I have those books packed away somewhere at home, but it has been a long time since I've even touched them. A short film or series covering the tragic backstory of Lisa Trevor and her family would be cool. That would be. I know Unique Corn was trying to do that for a while, but it was getting difficult for her to do for whatever reason, and I think it ended up turning into an audiobook. But if you want, go check out her. I don't know if it's on her channel or not, but you can check out her channel and see if it's on there. But I think she did an audiobook of it. But yeah, that's definitely one of the more popular ones. I hear a lot outside of the Keeper's Diary is kind of the George Trevor family story, which is another super crazy, sad story. It's just, yeah, that would be a very good one to do. There are definitely some Utah labs I've worked in that look creepy. Oh, for sure. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure there's a lot of labs around anywhere and everywhere that looks super creepy. But yeah, locations are always a thing, man. You're looking for when it comes time to shoot. So definitely keep me posted. Cousin Frank, call me soon. You know I'll always be ready for a new role. You're my hero. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for dropping by. You're my hero too. Couldn't have done a lot. I mean, I can't do these projects without you. It's always fun having you part of these projects. So thank you. Yeah. Hello, Andrew, and Endure Resident Evil, and greetings from Argentina. Well, thank you. It's probably late for you two there right now. So thanks for stopping by. Yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy me talking my head off. It might be like this for a minute until I can afford to get a computer set up that can actually handle playing games and doing video at the same time, which you would think this would be able to do being an iMac. I mean, I edit like 4K, 3-cam, multicam sequences on this thing, but for some reason it can't do this and play a game at the same time through like OBS. It's really weird. But yeah, if you enjoy me talking about this kind of stuff, hey, you're welcome. Welcome here anytime. I'm going to try doing these a little more often from here on in. Try and get some more videos up on my channel. Hopefully soon I can, actually play video games and do this. So we'll see what happens. Arclay was a very solid concept. Would like to see that become something someday. Yeah, I agree. And again, Sean is a very awesome guy. I just chatted with him the other day. I want to see if I can get him on here. And we can talk about that, with his experience filming. And if he has any more plans, I don't think he does, but it would be cool to get the fire going again. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I would love to have him on here. And I mean, I know I don't really have any subscribers right now, but it would just be cool to sit down and chat with him in a format like this. Congrats on your accomplishments. You do great work. Full Sail alumni here. If you ever need help, let me know. All right. Yeah, Full Sail alumni. Yep. When did I graduate? 2014. So yeah, always good to see a Full Sail alumni. Thanks for the compliments. And yeah, just stay tuned. Keep an eye out whenever things pop up. Just let me know, and we'll go from there. But yeah, always good to see a fellow Full Sail alumni. Love the Perry books. Wish Capcom would release more novelizations. They might. I don't remember what the last one she worked on was, but now that there's more games, they might contact her again to do more books. So you never know. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Hey, Angie, you will do amazing things. Thank you. I'm hoping I can do amazing things. I can at least try. So got to start somewhere. If you need any more promotion, let me know. I will for sure. Again, just keep an eye out, Janice, on what we'll be working on. But yeah, I don't know how soon we're going to be able to get the pop up, but yeah, whenever it pops up, I'm sure we'll touch base and we'll go from there. So always appreciate it. Thank you. As a massive James Marcus fan, I'd love to see a flashback adaptation of his early years, meeting the other founders and training Brandon Bailey. That would be super cool, although I don't remember who Brandon Bailey is. I'm trying to remember. As long as they don't do the whole the retcon thing with Mother Miranda. Or was that Spencer? I don't remember. I played Resident Evil. I think it was Resident Evil 8. Or was it 7? I know they retconned that in Resident Evil 8 or 7 about. It was either Marcus or Spencer. And it was like Mother Miranda was actually secretly the one behind everything. And it was like, all right, come on. But yes, I would love to see just kind of like flashbacks and behind the scenes or like short films about Marcus, Spencer, and Ashford, and their whole dealings with Umbrella and what they were doing before to found it. That would be a very interesting story to tell. If you had a huge budget at your disposal and a passionate team to make a feature film based on either the original Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3, which one would you pick? Oh my gosh. Oh, why are you hitting me with that question? That's a hard question to answer. I mean, I feel like it would have to be one. Because you got to start with one, I guess. I don't know. I love them each so much for different reasons. So that's a hard one to pick. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can answer your question, brother. But yeah. Yeah, Brandon Bailey is the leader of the Connections. Ah, okay. That's right. Spencer met Mother Miranda. Okay, yeah. See, I think it was Resident Evil 8. I played it once, and that was it. So I just remember reading a note towards the end of the game where they talked about that, and I just was like, it's kind of like when you play Requiem, and you get to that scene where Spencer is in his wheelchair, kind of talking about atoning for his sins or atoning for his past, and I just can't get into that. Quite interesting, but anyways, yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Yeah. Not a whole lot watching, but we're here. We're having fun. Got to start somewhere. But yeah, that's kind of my breakdown of kind of everything I've done up until now, with Keeper's Diary and Resurrection. And I guess going forward, like I said, I've already chatted with the new team. Well, we're kind of forming a new team. Nothing is set in stone yet, but yeah, we kind of have some ideas. We don't want to give too much away, but we have things we want to do. We have ideas on how we want to get them done. Dino Crisis, definitely still want to try and get under my belt. That would be a super fun one to do. I have some pretty cool ideas for that one. It would be much more scaled back. So much more reduced size and budget. So yeah, it wouldn't be very long either. It'd be a very short film. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Then there's always Golgotha. So that's Daniel Berthold's project. I'm helping him produce it. I think that's going to keep going up on Row just because that's kind of how it was with Daniel, and that's his thing and that's his decision. So yeah, we'll kind of go from there with that. And Epilogue Files. Yeah, I would like to dive into that more as well. But kind of in the background, my whole idea with that is, if I can I want it to be animated because the live action stuff is just getting to be a little bit too much. But if I could do animation, get a small team of animators that are interested in doing it, to me that would be super fun. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. And then again, I would like to do a really cool original idea and see if it can get into a theater or streaming. Again, my brother has a cool idea, a cool concept going. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But we do have things that we discussed with my new crew, and yeah, we're kind of excited about it. So yeah, that's kind of where everything's headed right now. So I kind of just want to branch out on my own. And yeah, I would like to just put everything on here from now on, and build up my channel, build up myself, build up my brand. Because it was great while it lasted, and we got to get things out to a lot of people through Row. But I think now it's time to bring things here. So hopefully we can get that to work out. So, anyways, let's read this most recent comment here. What IP would you want to cross over with Resident Evil, and how would you do it? I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to make that happen. Ugh. If it was like a versus video, I think it'd be cool to do something like that. But if I did a versus video, I think JJ had this idea a while back where it would be like Hunk versus Chris or something like that. That would be a super dope one to do. But I've seen some like fan fiction things online that are like Hunk versus Master Chief or Hunk versus Doomslayer. That would be pretty dope. And you could do like Wesker versus what's the God of War guy, maybe? I don't know. You could do all kinds of cool stuff. That YouTube channel, Bat in the Sun, I like a lot of their old videos. I think they're starting to do more stuff now too, so they do a lot of good versus videos. So anyways, I'll maybe give this about 10 more minutes, and then we'll close it out from there. It's been a pretty cool stream. Just giving it a shot, and it's fun to see all you guys pop by and say hi. Yeah, thank you for the support. Everyone watching, thanks for checking out all the work I've done over all the years. Hopefully there's more to come. So yeah, it's been a cool chat. But yeah, hopefully I can try doing like an actual video game next time and stream a video game. I'm not one to kind of sit here for hours on end. I need to like get up and move around, but if I can get like a PS1 game working on this next week, I'll see if I can try and do that. I'll test it out during the week, but yeah, maybe I'll do that next Saturday. I don't know. Is Saturday a good time? Or is like, what's a good time to stream? Would it be Saturday? Would it be Friday? Maybe Sunday? To me, Sunday seems like maybe not, because everybody's got to get back to work on Monday, but I don't know. What do you think? I'm not really, I don't really want to do it during the week. I'd rather much do it on the weekend, either a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. What's a good day for you guys? What would you prefer? Would you prefer to watch streams like this on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Let me know. I personally have done Jurassic Park with Ari Umbrella working with InGen. Ooh, that's a good one. Very sinister corporations. I do remember Maggie telling me there was a lot of parallels between the Dotson over here. There's like a lot of parallels between that guy's character and Albert Wesker in the novel, because they don't really focus on him too much in the movie. But apparently a super shady dude in the lore of the world of Michael Crichton. But yeah, that is a very great idea. InGen and Umbrella Corps. I love Hunk, but I don't think he'd last long one-on-one with Master Chief. Yeah, Master Chief is kind of a god. So is Doomslayer. I mean, Doomslayer's kind of literally a god too, isn't he? So yeah, I probably wouldn't last too long against him. Bioweapon dinosaurs. They tried that, I think, with Dino Crisis 3 or something like that, didn't they? And I don't think I played it. I remember back in the day seeing stuff about it, or when it came out, and I just wasn't too over the moon about it. But I love the original Dino Crisis and the original Dino Crisis 2. Those games are so fun for me to play till this day. So maybe I'll get to play them on my channel. someday. I don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah. Were there any scenes in Resurrection that got cut, or did you include everything you wanted from the script? Let me think. I want to say there were some portions of the fight sequence that got cut because it was a matter of time racing against the sun. We only had 2 days on location, or 2 nights on location. And we were really close to getting it done the way we wanted to get done, but we had to rush because the sun was coming up and we weren't going to be there the next day. So I think I just ended up cutting some of the stuff out to help that whole sequence flow a little bit better. Just with how rushed we were. So yeah, I don't think there was anything else that I can think of. I want to say because we planned for it pretty strategically, and it was you know, very like down to the T, like who's going to be here at this time at this day and what's going on, what's the scene, what's this, what's the shot breakdown, what's the lighting, what's the camera setup, to the T every single day. So it was, if my memory serves me correctly, it was pretty to the script outside of the little fight sequence bits. Yeah. Laura Croft and Jill Valentine working together could be interesting too. I think that could be. That would be super awesome. That would be another working together, yes, but that would also be another good like versus video, I think. See, that's the thing. I would love to do cool ideas like this, but these things are just so hard to get together and so hard to do. So, man, I don't know if you are a filmmaker or a video guy, you want to do something like that. Let me know. I would love to work on videos like that. I didn't grow up on Mortal Kombat, but I did grow up on Killer Instinct. And I've kind of always wanted to do. I'd always wanted to do that, but I've always wanted to do like a fight thing, kind of like you have the super wide, the super wide camera shot with the two people facing each other, and then you go. It would be fun to do. I would love to do that. Favorite save room theme. Another tough question. The tough questions. It's going to be the hard balls tonight. I love it. My mind goes to Free from Fear, I believe is the title. It's the Resident Evil 3 save music. The OG Resident Evil 3. I want to say that is probably my favorite. So yeah. What's yours? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Anyways, it is 5:58. It is my first stream. I thank you all for coming by. Hopefully I can get some more traction and some more viewers moving forward and sit down and play a game for a little bit longer with you guys. But I can only sit here and talk to myself. Well, I'm talking to you guys, but talk to my computer for so long. For those of you watching and you find me entertaining, man, I appreciate it. I'm just sitting here talking to a microphone in my apartment. So, yes. Are you excited for a possible Code Veronica remake? Yeah, I'm always excited for any of the sequels or the remakes that they come out with. I'll buy them. I'll play them. If I like them, I like them. If I don't, I don't. I generally enjoy playing the new gen games. They're pretty fun for me to play. I liked Requiem. I just didn't really care for the story all that much, but it's fun to play. So yeah, whenever they do Code Veronica, I think it'll be good. I'll be looking forward to playing that one. So Thanks for streaming. Good luck on all of your future projects. Well, thank you. I will do my best. It'll be a challenge from here on in, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what we can do on our own by ourselves. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. Your favorite is the Resident Evil 2 one. Okay. RE3 one is great too. Yeah. Yeah, I would say for me that's a close second is the RE2 save theme. So thanks for the stream. Yes, of course. Of course. It's fun to be here. Code Veronica is your favorite save theme. Yeah, Code Veronica is a good one. I don't think we had the save room theme, but during the whole worship room sequence in Resurrection, we had the suspended doll theme play a little bit in the background as they were entering the room. I think it was Bravo Team. So that's pretty cool for Dwayne to kind of put all those little nods of all our favorite music in here and there. So you did great for your first solo stream. You're an awesome dude. Hey, thanks. I try to be an awesome dude. You know what? You're an awesome dude too. And don't let anybody else tell you anything different. And yeah. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. That means a lot. Hey man, Raccoon City Pizza. What's up, bro? Thanks for popping by. I think I might end the stream here in a minute, but thanks for popping in, dude. I saw you sent me a message earlier. I'll take a look at it. I think after the stream, I'm gonna chill out for a minute, and then I got a little bit of editing to do from the Japan videos. So maybe I'll take a look at it before I go to bed. I've been working on setting this up all day and working on other videos. I kind of need a minute to just chill, and then I really gotta hop back into some work. But I'll take a look at what you sent me a little later tonight. But thanks for stopping by, dude. I really appreciate it. That's super good of you. So yeah, maybe like I was telling these guys, maybe next time I'll be able to play stream a game. You know, my computer can't handle this stuff very well, but I'll see if I can hook it up with a game and play a game while you guys watch. So it's can only be so exciting sitting here listening to myself talk for so long. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think that's a good, just kind of going through the chat. So I think I'm pretty caught up on everything. So yeah, I'll probably call it here. That was a pretty good hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the chat. Hopefully I got to answer some of your questions about Keeper's Diary, Resurrection, future projects. And hopefully we can keep growing from here. So we will see what the future holds. Anyways, thanks for joining. And I guess we'll see you on my next stream. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe next weekend. Yeah, maybe next weekend. We'll go with that. We'll go with that for now. Anyways, I think that's all I got, everyone. So thanks again. And I guess we'll see you next week. Okay. See you guys. Thanks.